Bang on balls may sound painful to some, but not half as bad if you shelled out your hard-earned and found it's rubbish. And therefore my intention by the end of this video is to find out whether Bang on balls is worth said hard-earned. And with that, you follow Bob as he ventures through time, rolling around and completing missions. Controlling Bob is relatively pain-free. Left, right, up, down controls your movement, obviously 3D platformer. In addition to this, you also get a jump, a double jump, a dash, which comes with a warning because it's really difficult to control and you can't control your distance, so you kind of like get thrust into that direction, and whereas you can kind of control it, it's really difficult making any precision movement that you need to use the dash with. Difficult. As well as that, you also get a throw, projectiles and a shield. You also get little other weapons like Thor's hammer and things like that give you sort of like other abilities, like you can make sparks and all happen around you which damages enemies and things like that. And last but by no means least, even though I barely used it, a shield. And all of this can be used to attack and defend against enemies. Moving around the open world areas was okay and could have been great if the camera would let you enjoy your play. Instead, much to my dismay, it wanted to get in your way, and that's kind of a big problem in a 3D platformer. Admittedly, each world did actually feel differently outside the hub. One thing I did enjoy was the fact that more or less everything in the environments could be destroyed. There were plenty of enemies and even bosses to contend with, but these did feel a bit janky with the camera control issue. Although I will give them credit where credit is due, they really did pack a lot into this game, and there really is plenty to do and to find, and collectibles as well. There are plenty of orbs to be collected, and this is from wherever you can find them. They are literally everywhere, in hidden areas, in like chest type things, inside actual enemies. When you kill them, they'll spew some out, and in quite a few of the destructibles as well. And collecting these orbs can lead to great things like opening unlockable things in the hub and also unlocking customizations for your character. There is even online and couch co-op. I did try to get an online game, but it kind of crashed the game. Maybe because it was before release or something, I'm not 100% sure. If you're a fan of long loading times, enabling you to go make a fresh brew every time it loads anything like a level up, then this game may be for you. But I will admit that the loading did seem a little extreme at times. There are, however, other things to unlock within the game if you have enough orbs or wanting in yourself to be bothered with it. I'm going to be blatant with this, but I'm really sorry to say, but between the load times, the crash that I had, and the camera that didn't really want to do anything apart from bugger you up every time something interesting happens on screen, it all combined really didn't make me want to compel myself to move past the second chapter. And every time I left the game to go and do something else that involved life stuff, and then come back to it, putting the game into that pause mode where you come out of it or you turn your switch off, just blatantly broke the game. It kept on wanting to load your single player experience in a game, and I think you're tethered to the internet all the time, and it just wouldn't connect, so you kept on bouncing around, and then it asking you to go online. So I tried that, didn't work, and yeah, it just meant that I just had to restart the game, but you start in the hub, so you lose a bit of your progression, or at the very least have to go back to where you were. Mostly all the objectives meant going somewhere, using your ping sonar thing to find where it is, travelling all the way there, smashing something up, or collecting something, or moving something around. It wasn't really interesting enough to keep my attention. That said, some of the actual objectives meant you had to climb high towers, and when you've got enemies attacking you, some NPCs stay and mull around, some actually blatantly just attack you. To dispatch them, you have to knock into them, and if you miss, you'll come off the platform and fall right down. You don't die, it means you have to find your way back up again, which was again annoying. To be fair, there is a good amount of missions to do when you actually finally get into it, but most of these missions didn't really grip me. In fact, to be all honest with you, it kind of felt like it was made for a younger audience than a 30-something adult like myself. I could not get an online game, and that kind of took something away from it as well. I'm not saying it's the worst game I've played. It looks nice enough, and the sounds are cute as something very cute. There was also on the first level the ability to rescue NPCs, which kind of gave you something a little bit more to actually do. And to these ends, I know that some say that you should not score a game unless you've completed them. But if completing them feels more like a chore and one that I don't really want to do, then to me there's something wrong within the game, or at least you're not matched with it. So I'm giving Bang on Balls a 4 out of 10. I feel it's made for a younger audience that maybe hasn't binge watched Friends at least 8 times yet. So thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure as usual. Hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel. Come visit us in our community Discord. It's been great. Take care of yourselves out there wherever you are, because life is better when we game together.